Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. The mud was backing up, and that was causing all these machines to die. So I basically put in some liquefiers here that are picking up the mud and turning it back into the viscous mud water and sending it back into the system. Probably only need one of these machines. In hindsight, I just kind of overkilled it because this belt was just completely full of mud. But yeah, that goes ahead. That feeds back into the system here, and I put top up valves on all of these sea pumps, so they only supply this line if this is below 80%. So all the seafloor pumps are on standby because this guy can't quite support it, but we are actually recycling a lot of that mud instead of sending it this way. We could have made more soil and stuff like that. The thing is I don't think I want this here anymore. Um, and yeah, it's kind of a long story. After the last episode, I went through and kind of modified some of the recipes. The problem is with Hellmod is if you're not super familiar with what you're doing, sometimes when you're laying these recipes out, you'll make a wrong turn, like propane. You might select a different recipe. Like maybe this one. and that takes you down a very, very long road. But I found this one. It's basically 4 steps to make plastic. It's going to be much easier. We create that from cellulose fiber. The resin one is pretty much the same. The problem with the resin one is it at this ratio, it requires temperate tree seed generator. It requires 4 of them. Wow, that was hard for me to say. Right now, we currently have 1, and we have we have 2 more, so we're actually missing a temperate tree in order to generate that. There's probably going to be another one out on the map somewhere. It's going to be probably one of these blue dots. Most likely one that's really, really far away. But we need to go out again here soon because I want to get more, you need those trees. You can't make those trees, I should say. You can't build the tree seed generators off of just the regular trees that come out of the process. Oh, my long reach has stopped. You can't build them out of these trees. They got to be the specific biome trees, like the temperate trees and the desert trees. And the only way you can get those is to actually harvest them. But yeah, no, I want to get, I want to move all this up over here, up by where the algae is right now, for reasons that will probably be may not become clear in this episode, but may here in a while. Actually, let's just talk about it now. I don't know how I want to approach this base. I'm having a hard time just kind of looking through planning and things like that and trying to realize where we're going to be. I think we're going to need more of these. I think we're going to need. I think it may be possible that this is going to expand out just crazily. We've got a whole bunch of things that we need to do over here. This probably needs to... The ore coming out here needs to be routed to several different places. We've got things that require copper and iron ore, and it's just... It's going to get crazy. So I'm trying to think about how to best approach that. The reason why I like buses is because they are very straightforward and very easy to deal with, and all your materials are right here, and you can always pull them out. But I can also see where it's not going to be particularly helpful in this situation, because I think, by a little bit further into the game, we're going to have like a very, very wide bus lane. So I don't know. I mean, several of you have recommended not to do that, to take more of a modular blocked approach. The problem with that is, I mean, bus planning as well as the kind of modular layouts, they work out really well when you know what you're doing. When you don't know what's coming next, you know, your bus is never going to be long enough or you're wide enough, and your city block, you're going to find yourself over here with a module over here that needs things that are over here, and I don't know. I guess that may be fine, but without that benefit of foresight, it's really hard to do. But what I do know for a fact is I don't want to do trees here. I don't want to do trees here or any of the farming stuff or any of the science. I want to move that over there by the algae, so it's close to power, because I want to get wood up and running, and I want to set these fish free, and I want to get wood up and running because I want to. Many episodes ago, we were going to convert over to wood and use that to fuel all of our power needs as well as our basic circuits, and it was going to solve all of our power problems. And I still want to do that because I still think it's going to help out quite a bit. So we're going to head over and do it more in that area and do it in such a way to allow for a little bit of expandability and give us a little bit more breathing room. I've been building things kind of tight, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna head over in that direction, and I'm also going to take this up as well. Because this, I believe, is going to be very useful to us in the future coming up as well. But yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and pull this stuff out, and I will see you right after I roll the intro. I mean, I know in my vanilla series in Factorio, I always have, you know, the bus planning episode, and I say that I need, you know, 4 lanes of iron and 4 lanes of copper and a lane of steel and a lane of stone, and 4 lanes of green circuits or whatever. And I mean, part of that is because I've used calculators to calculate that out. But it's also the experience of knowing that playing games where you had 1 lane of iron and you realize quickly that that ain't going to work. Then you've played games with 3 lanes of iron and that didn't work either. And then you played one with like 12 lanes of iron and you were like, oh, that's way too much. I mean, it's that kind of experience that helps build that. Which is something that I don't have. Some of you do, and have told me, don't build a bus. It doesn't make sense. But I'm doing it anyway. Let's see. We need 4 Algae Farm Mark IIIs in order to get this. And I don't even know. Let's build the recipe again. I had it at one point. I don't know what happened to it. 5. Is that what we're doing now? What are we doing now? 1 to 4. Yeah, so we're probably doing... This is probably us, right? Yeah, 1.4, 3.5. I think that is our current setup that we have going. That's been working out well. Let's do that. But we might want to expand it a little bit. Oh, it's fine for now. 1 wood block a second. No, I said 10. I said 10 and then totally just did not do that. Let's upgrade those to steel. Wood blocks require wood pellets, require cellulose fiber, which is going to require this cellulose fiber recipe, which requires wood, which requires trees that we're going to get from the second level recipe. It's 0.3. I think I said 0.6. 17 arboretums. Tree seed. We'll be able to make that. That'll be a little bit more fertilizer. That is 0.4. 3 temperate tree seed generators. That can be any tree seed. It doesn't have to be temperate. It can be the desert one as well. We'll use that for now. I think the recipe is the same. So that is 0.4 fertilizer. What are we missing here? Are we missing anything? Trees, water, fertilizer, cellulose pulp, wood. I kind of want to bump this up a little bit, though. Maybe... No, not there. Here. 120? 140? There we go. I was trying to get that number up to 4 exactly. So 4 and 24, that'll give us excess wood that we can use to make boards and other things, plus keep our coal. And this coal will back up so that excess wood can go off and do other stuff. There's plenty of other places where we can use the wood for cellulose for much more efficiency. All right, so that's going to require fertilizer. Let's update all the factories here. Might as well use the level 2s now since we have them. Did I see that jump from... Oh, it's 12 to 8. Okay, that's reasonable. Is that a power savings or anything? 280. Yeah, it's actually better to use that one. All right, this is looking pretty good. We'll need 1 machine making fertilizer, 1 making compost, and urea, which we can get from this process. And ammonia, this is the one that comes up, and this is the bad one I went down. Actually, this one might not be too bad. Well, let's do it this way because that's the way I originally had it. That's from blue cellulose fiber, which is from the algae farm, which is from an algae farm. All right, and let's knock these down to reasonable. Was that just a regular chemical plant? A liquefier. That knocked that up to 2. Let's do a Mark II liquefier. Oh, that's 1. All right, let's do that one. Wait a minute, was that better? Yeah, that's a little bit more energy efficient. 0.3 of those. I think that's as good as we can do. And an algae farm Mark II, or Mark III is what you have. We could do it with 2 or 3 ones. Let's do the 2s, I think. All right, and there's other fertilizer things that we're going to want to use starting out a little bit. So let's bump that up to like 120. $130. 140. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and is that accounted for everything? I think so. All right, and that was Algae Farm Mark III's, which I think we'll just start at the bottom. Oh, we need a CO2 generator as well. We'll want to make that from coal. That's from wood pellets. Charcoal. Okay, and that'll eat up some of the process, but that's fine. We'll only produce 9.7. But we'll get tons of fertilizer that we didn't have before. And tons of wood. All right, I think that's a good plan. Okay, let's see. We need the Mark III machines of these, and that is going to require some steel. We needed 2. Why am I making Mark I machines? Stop. Oh, I dumped off some of the trash, and I guess... Yeah, I left some of those behind. All right, let's grab some of this stuff as well. Let's grab those. We're going to need... we will need the tree seed generators. Blast furnaces, electrolyzers. There was furnaces that we needed. Arboretums we're going to need. I think that's it for now. Okay, 2 of those. All right, that looks much better. 8.5 of those. 1 liquefier, a chemical plant, and a level 2 liquefier. Those are under petrochem, I believe. So we need one of those, one of those, one of those. And I believe we're going to be set. All right, where's my algae farms? Okay, they're building right now. All right, and once this tree farm is all up and running, I think we can get rid of all these algae farms. We'll free up all of that space. I'm very, very much looking forward to that day. Let's go ahead and take this a little bit over. And I mean, the algae farms are still going to work. I mean, they'd work to the end of the game. It's just it's a lot more power efficient to use the to get the stuff from the blue algae. And you know, I'm just gonna build. I think I'm just gonna build. Let's just build. Let's not worry about it looking perfect. You're gonna make blue algae. That is going to feed into, was it 1 machine? It's 2 machines, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. That's doing that into 2 of those. I only made 1 of those liquefiers. We're going to need another one. All right, that'll take forever. Let's see, we need to do those long-handed since those take forever. You should be ready to go now. Connect you up, and we're going to have to get sulfuric wastewater. And I'm hoping we're producing enough excess over here in our smelting processes where we can just pipe that up here. I know we're making an excess. I don't know how much of an excess, though. And I'm hoping that's going to work because sulfuric wastewater, there's no like real direct recipe for doing that. And what was that? Shift L? Oh, yes. There we go. Shift L makes those longer without having to go through and mess with the interface. All right, so you guys will feed into there. And we're working on our second liquefier. This liquefier is taking just an input, I believe. And you are making ammonia. So we only have a gas output there. You guys produce at 5 every 3 seconds. Can we hook this up to power just to get rid of the blinky blinky? Drives me nuts. All right, ammonia. And then ammonia feeds into this process where we get the urea. And that also takes CO2. And we just need 1 chemical plant doing that. ammonia, methanol. I've forgotten what it looks like. Ah, there it is, right there. All right, so that'll take CO2 and this stuff. That's not going to work. That should. And that goes into our fertilizer maker. Which is going to require a composter, and it's also going to require some organic material. Go ahead and grab one of those. Go ahead and grab 2 of those. We don't get like a crafting time on compost, which kind of stinks. We know this is crafting speed 2. So I'm going to assume it's going to produce at whatever rate the thing that we're making is. I'm going to reach back over here and grab an algae maker. It just seems so convenient to use algae for that because it's very easy to make. We're not making any like byproducts that would be useful. Purified water, no. Answer to that is we are not. All right, so we'll probably have to clarify off that. That's fine by me. And I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but, well, here we go. I mean, it just needed to be done. Is that right? No, that's not right. That's not what we want. We want this one. All right, and let's see. We're going to need our composter. Did I not grab that algae farm? I meant to. I think I got distracted. Did I not grab that algae farm? What did I get when I was over here? Maybe I didn't even go over there. I don't know. It's the start of the weekend for me. I'm I'm confused about everything. I would like that to be in line. I mean, just wouldn't it look nice? And that went down here into a compost maker. No, wait, that does make the compost. This would be the fertilizer maker, right? Nope, that's level 2. There we go, level 1. Green. What does the level 2 require again? Mineralized water. Okay, we don't have that. I was gonna say I needed CO2, but yeah, we don't have any of that. And we'll just borrow off that line for now, I believe. Why did I move that over here? I'm sure I had a good reason. Don't remember what it was. You're our fertilizer maker. And we only need one fertilizer maker, right? Yes, exactly one. I have no idea what ratio we need for that. Sorry, I'm rethinking this again. I said I wouldn't do it. Sorry. Ammonia, methanol. Oh no, over here. Urea. Right there. Like that. CO2 now has its own line. This will make fertilizer. Oh, that's not going to work. That will. And it'll only be slightly goofy. All right, and then we could take this up and out to be clarified somewhere. Or we can send it on down the pure water bus. I think for now, would you know it, it would just line up exactly where that is. All right, power. All right, that gets the fertilizer train chugging. Well, it would had we some sulfuric wastewater. That is actually what we need. Okay, let's move over here and see what we can do about that. All right. Currently, it is being clarified. Let's not do that. I didn't break a loop or anything there. No. Okay, and sulfuric wastewater is coming down here and being clarified. That's the mineralized water. Okay, that is going there. We've got oxygen. We're out of oxygen. That's a problem for future Kitch, not me right now. Please stretch. Yeah, I just pulled up some gray belt. Gray underground. Isn't that convenient? All right, and this should be just exactly the same. Actually, before we get too far with that, I want to take this out by one. Oh, there's a power pole. Oh, and it's going to be load bearing. And I want to put the valve back. because we don't want to send all... We still want this system to work. We don't want it to completely starve itself. Okay. That is going to make its way up, and it looks like... I can put it in right there as well. Oh, okay. Actually, that's not doing too bad. All right, then we need to get it. We need to get it through this mess. Let's see. What about right here? I believe that actually works. All right, and this will be all replaced whenever we get our wood back, or get it back whenever we get wood at all. Yeah, all this stuff always looks so scary until you actually just build it, and you're looking at it like, what was I scared of? This ain't nothing. Oh, CO2. Let's see, CO2. You see the catch here with the CO2 is that it requires charcoal, and we don't have charcoal yet, but it's part of the bigger block. So the question is, do we want to just bring in charcoal for now? I ain't above it. I'll do it. Let me do it. Yeehaw. All right. We just need one of those, right? One of those for like... Okay, for that's for that and that. All right. And that's what this extra liquefier right here was for. That needs to go that way and connect up there. Carbon dioxide. Charcoal from two. Okay, never mind. I got distracted there. Carbon dioxide, right there. Charcoal. There, and there. Are we happy? There's the good old blue algae. We got a lot of compost in here. Boy, I wonder how much that stacks to. We need to kind of watch that a little bit, I believe, and make sure that doesn't completely back up, because we can clog off all of our smelting stuff. But for right now, actually, that's looking like a lot more sulfuric wastewater left over than what I thought we were getting. I was super paranoid. Where are we going to get all this sulfuric wastewater? Because there's not a good recipe for it. It's all just byproducts of other processes. Hey, look! We have fertilizer. That is terrific news. Let's start this process just immediately, because it's one of those things that's going to take forever. Seed extractors. Let's put it just right here for now. This will be just fine. Let's see. We'll want a chest. You guys want to pull from that chest. You will go, and we need another chest. I need to start exclusively making steel chests. We want these making the desert gardens. This process right here. Didn't I just put fertilizer in there? I guess I didn't. All right, so this will push those tokens, and what I'm hoping to happen is that will buffer up here, and that'll move to this chest where it'll all just get recycled. And we'll want to make sure there's always fertilizer in that chest. It's such a slow process that I'm not sure it's going to be such a big deal. Desert Gardens? Uh-oh. Oh, there they are. Woo! That was a close one. And is it 2 or just 1? Okay, it's just 1. All right, and that'll do that process, and it'll take forever. And these gardens here will just produce more gardens, and we'll eat up fertilizer. All things that we need done. And yeah, that's what they'll do. And they will just do that. All right, but fertilizer, boy, I was just dreading this for very many episodes, and boy, that's it. Granted, we're not building it at a very big scale right now, but it's not doing too bad, and that number's going down. That's not making me pleased. But we'll let that build up. And I just want to go check the sulfuric waste water numbers over here in these systems. You're hovering around 80. You're hovering... It's like you jump up every now and then. Okay, but you're looking pretty good. Do I need to have a process that just comes off and trims this sulfur down every little bit? Well, that just sucked up all the wastewater, so maybe not. Why aren't any of these producing now? What has gone awry? Oh, it's oxygen. Oxygen, 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 because this stuff, we're not using this stuff fast enough. And because we're not using it fast enough, let's just, for now, we'll just put a Band-Aid on it. Yeah, because these aren't producing, we're not using the slag. Because we're not using the slag, oxygen is not being produced. We need to make oxygen independent of this process. And basically, yeah, I'm pulling out some of that excess slag from up there, so that will get moving. Boy, this warehouse is looking full. We need to We need to start making some things to help clear that out. Let's do a Shift C. I didn't get rid of anything I wanted it to. Just charcoal. There it went. All right, I think all you guys going again will help with that. Let's just pick some up off the line here. It's funny, we've spent most of the series trying to turn these electrolyzers off, and here we are trying to get them going again. There's an oxygen process we can do that just pulls out oxygen out of the air, and I think we're going to have to end up doing that anyway, because I think there's some of those. I think that's how we get nitrogen, and I feel like we need nitrogen for something. Yeah, it's part of the advanced circuits. So it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get that set up sooner rather than later. But I think before we do that, I want to get into some proper tree farming here. And I'm actually going to leave some water there, make that a little aesthetic, as some of the folks in my family would say. But what I really wanted to do is come down here and grab these trees. Why can't I grab these trees? What do you mean I can't reach it? Do I have to be right next to it? I guess so. And there's a couple extra desert gardens. But yeah, I was more interested in the desert trees, so we can make some more desert tree arboretum, or desert tree seed generators. What was the number on that? I think it was not very much. You were the temperate. We needed 4 of those. Oh, that's going to give us extra wood as well. That doesn't need fertilizer. But this number was 4. Oh. That's not bad. How many did we get from that adventure? 3. We already have 1 desert tree. Okay, let's just go ahead and make 4 of them then. 3 more. Desert tree, 1, 2, 3. All right, and I'll be a little bit more prepared in the next episode and have some of this stuff all ready to go. One thing before we close out, there's one more thing that we need that I completely forgot about. We need soil, which is going to need compost, but we need mud. And we could bring in mud from over there in the geode process. That's something we could do. But if we just did... If we just did heavy mud water... we would need 14, okay, and 9. Is there anything like heavy mud water? Okay, heavy mud water is what we use to make geodes. It's also used for farming. You make concentrated mud water. That is used to make clay. Okay, and we did that whole line before. How many is in that process again? Do we have any washing plants? Let's just grab and look. I'm just curious. I've forgotten what they look like. I believe they're yellow. I don't think we have any. They're these, yeah. Well, let's just go ahead and make them all. We're gonna need 9 of them. Oh, okay. I guess we can see it right here. Okay, heavy mud water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how many processes there are. And in that, we do have a gas byproduct. But that's really it. All right, well, we can set that stuff up, and we can just clarify all the stuff that comes off of it, really. And we'll just clarify all that stuff. And send it to nothing until we need to make more clay bricks. Or I think some of the farming recipes require things like sand and clay. I may be mistaken, but I believe that is true. We need more lime for something. We might be able to use this area up here for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's just 5. Okay. Well, we'll do that in the next episode. I'm thinking about setting that up in this area here and setting up tree arboretums down here. And, well, maybe even having like a wood processing area up here. Tree arboretums down here. And then we can just keep taking trees off to the east here as far as we need to. And then taking this stuff and moving it further down the bus where it's going to be less out of the way. At least that's the plan. I don't know. We'll see if I can stick to that. How's all this looking? Sulfuric wastewater is going way down. But it doesn't look like it's having a problem keeping going. I guess the backup is helping. All right, I'll take it. Just throw that in there. Throw some more desert gardens in there too. Don't be greedy. Take all the desert gardens. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to remember that number next time we check back and count them. We'll hopefully have more. All right, well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.